Good morning, Chair. Good morning, honorable members. My name is Warama Chuta, Director of Finance for Lufanyama Town Council.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, honorable members. My name is Poch Teme, Internal Auditor, Lufanyama Town Council.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, honorables. Director Engineering, Lufanyama Town Council.
Good morning, Chair and the honorable members. My name is Hawaja Hajongo, Director Planning, Lufanyama.
Dr. General.
Thank you, Chair. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Lufanyama Council. My name is Mwimba Traxons Hamianda, Director in charge of Copper Belt Province. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, honorable members of the committee, and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dailes Chimizadilani, Assistant Director from Office of Dr. General Copper Belt Province. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Lurinda Sinyani from the Planning and Research Department in the Office of the Dr. General.
Good afternoon, Chair, and good afternoon, honorable members of Parliament, and good afternoon, Lufanyama. My name is Chefan Siame from the Office of Controller of Internal Audit, Ministry of Finance.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, honorable members of the committee, and good afternoon, Lufanyama Town Council. My name is Joyce Kubansa from Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development. Thank you.
The Commission.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson and members of Parliament. Good afternoon. My name is Asim Konda Shadrack. I'm a Deputy Commission Secretary at the Local Government Service Commission.
Secretary.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, honorable members, and good afternoon, Lufanyama. My name is Maxwell Chireka from the Office of the Clerk.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Masiliso Miango from the Office of the Clerk. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Rachel Chileshi from the Office of the Clerk.
Thank you, Chair. Good afternoon, CS and your team. My name is Emmanuel White from the Office of the Clerk.
And I'm Pavio Makalovo, Member of Parliament for Sakire Constituency, Kitwe in the Copper Belt. Privileged this afternoon to chair this meeting on behalf of the chairman who's out attending to other national duties. CS and your team, in accordance with parliamentary practice and procedure, I confer you with the immunity arising from Cap 12 of the laws of Zambia. This is immunity that members of Parliament enjoy when they are debating in Parliament. And today it has been brought to you for the purpose of... sorry. I've just been reminded that members of Parliament have not introduced. My apologies, members of Parliament. Members of Parliament beginning from my far right.
Thank you so much, Chair. It's understandable. Good afternoon, afternoon, our permanent witnesses, afternoon, fellow honorable members of Parliament, good afternoon, our viewers and the listeners out there. I'm Luhamba Mwene, Member of Parliament for Mangango, and I'm a member on this committee. Thank you.
Chair, good afternoon. Good afternoon, permanent witnesses. Good afternoon, Lufanyama Town Council. Afternoon, colleagues. My name is Mulunda Darius, Member of Parliament for Siavonga constituency and a member of this committee. Chair, I thank you.
Chair, good morning. Good morning, Lufanyama Town Council. Colleagues, my name is Kampamba Mlenga. I am Member of Parliament for the good people of Kalulushi, Lufanyama. We are neighbors. You're welcome.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson, and good afternoon, Honorable colleagues. Good afternoon, our permanent witnesses, and good afternoon, Lufanyama, and you are welcome to your committee. My name is Elliot Kamundo. I'm Member of Parliament for Mfumbwe. and a member of this committee.
Good afternoon, Chair and permanent witnesses. Lufanyama, welcome to your committee. I'm Honorable Dr. Aaron Mwenza, Member of Parliament for Kaumbwe constituency in Petauke district. Thank you. Once again, I'm Kalomo Pavjuma, servant of the good people of Sakede constituency. CS and your team, in accordance with the parliamentary practice and procedure, I confer you with immunity. This is immunity that members of parliament enjoy when they are debating in parliament. For the purpose of this meeting, this is meant to level the interaction field so that you are free as you submit to this committee, and I would like to assure you that whatever you are going to submit before this committee will not be used against you in any court of law, but should it be found that you intentionally mislead this committee, the same Cap 12 will turn against you. But I'm confident that you will not intentionally mislead this committee. We are in receipt of your memorandum, and the committee has acquainted itself with its content. So I'll give you 20 minutes to speak to your memorandum. You may proceed.
Thank you very much, Chair. Before I proceed, I would like to seek your indulgence. For Appendix 1 and 2, we submitted the schedules of payments, but we've come along with copies of vouchers. So I don't know if it's okay, we can...
You may proceed, Secretariat.
Thank you. Budget, income and expenditure. Cause of query. Management acknowledges the findings of the auditor and wishes to state that the cause of the query is failure to fully utilize the 2023 funding, resulting in an adverse variance of 8.2 million. These funds are attributed to 2023 projects which were still work in progress as at 31st December 2023. Management wishes to state that it has since utilized the balance in completing 2023 projects. Remedial measure. Management wishes to state that the Council will ensure that funds are utilized within the financial period. Annual performance. Adverse performance on local revenue collection. Management has acknowledged the findings of the auditor and wishes to state that this query is as a result of collecting a total of 20 million out of 21 budgeted for the locally generated revenue in 2023, giving us an adverse variance of 1.6 million. The undercollection is attributed to the following: fees and charges. The undercollection is attributed to the delay in offering plots for sale, which was done in December 2023, causing payments for the plots to overlap to 2024. Licenses and permits. The undercollection is attributed to failure by the business community to renew their licenses and permits within the stipulated license period, which is between October to December. Action taken. Management wishes to state that an extension for the renewal period of licenses and permits was done, and the Council since collected a total sum of 59,000 and 72,000 from licenses and permits respectively. Further, the Council wishes to state that it has collected a total sum of 1.9 from fees and charges. Management wishes to state that going forward, the business community will be sensitized on the importance of adhering to the licensing period so that all revenues are collected within the financial period. Deliverable targets, outputs not achieved. Management has acknowledged the findings of the auditor and wishes to state that the query is as a result
of the council not meeting the set targets for the year 2023. Action taken. Local government program. Integrity committee meetings. Meetings which management wishes to state that it has since reconstituted the integrity committee, which was not functional due to staff transfers. The committee has since been oriented and is now functional, and meetings have started to take place. Attending the district agricultural show. Management had planned to attend 2 district agricultural shows. However, the district had only organized 1 show, which the council attended. Radio programs. Management wishes to state that during the period under review, the council relied on a local radio station which had challenges during the year under review. However, the council has now engaged People's Radio Station in Kalulushi, where it is now having its radio shows. Integrated Development Plan Program, consultative meetings. Management wishes to state that by the year 2023, the IDP zero draft had been prepared and being edited by technocrats at that time. The one consultative meeting that was conducted was with civic leaders and heads of government departments in order to ensure that every issue that may have been left out is included. Public Health and Environmental Protection Program. Disinfection of premises. Management wishes to state that it has since disinfected public places and schools in the district. It should further be noted that this program is ongoing and is carried out upon request or when there is an outbreak because of limited resources. Inspection of meat carcasses. Management wishes to state that the primary limitation is that Lufwanyama district does not have an abattoir. The meat that is sold in Lufwanyama is pre-packed meat that falls under food inspection. However, the local authority has chosen to be proactive and seek to do meat inspection wherever animals are slaughtered and meat sold in the district. Chair, as I go to housing and community amenities, I wish to make a correction on the kilometers there. It's not 27.1 but 27.7 kilometers. Renovation of houses. The council wishes to state that it has planned to renovate 16 houses in the period under review, but only managed to renovate 8. However, it should be noted that the council has since managed to renovate the other 8. Maintenance of feeder roads. Management wishes to state that it has since maintained 27.7 kilometers. Construction of bridges. Management wishes to state that Kabuke Bridge has since been completed. Renovation of offices. Management wishes to state that the council has since renovated electricals in the administration block, finance block, and the council chairperson's office. Construction of bus shelters. Management wishes to state that council is awaiting approval from ZEMA for construction of a bus shelter being funded by the Devolution Support Fund. Chair, at the moment, we have since received this approval from ZEMA. Recreation, culture, and religion program, awareness campaigns. Management wishes to state that it had planned to conduct 2 awareness programs in the period under review, but only managed to conduct 1, owing to the fact that the resources planned for the program were overstretched throughout the 20 wards of our vast district. To avoid such oversight, setting of budget targets should never be over-ambitious. Public order and safety program. Training of council police officers. Management wishes to state that the council planned to train 2 council police officers but only managed to train 1. The council has since come up with a training program for all the council employees. Management and support services program. staff promotion recommendations. Management wishes to state that the Council is currently appraising its employees, and those deserving promotions will be recommended to the Human Resource Management Committee for approval. Debt reduction. Management wishes to state that the Council has since managed to reduce debt from 15.7 to 7.9 million. The Council achieved this by securing a waiver on penalties from NAPSA. Internal audit reports. Management wishes to state that the Council planned to prepare 16 audit reports but managed to prepare 14 reports, representing 88% of the target. The Council has since intensified on audit of internal systems by ensuring that an audit plan is formulated. Failure to collect plot premiums. During the period and cause of query, management has acknowledged the findings of the auditor and wishes to state that this query is as a result of failure to collect plot premiums amounting to 450,800. Management wishes to state that the Council has since resolved to repossess plots from those that have failed to pay plot premiums. Management wishes to state that going forward, the Council will put up measures such as repossession of plots to those who fail to pay plot premiums so that such fees and charges are collected within a financial year. Procurement of goods and services and delivered building materials. Management acknowledges the findings of the auditor and wishes to state that this query was caused by failure by the supplier to deliver materials worth 188,000, despite the Council paying the supplier in full. Management wishes to state that the Council has since engaged legal officers from Kitwe City Council and legal action has commenced against the supplier for failure to deliver materials worth 188,000, despite the Council paying in full. Management wishes to state that going forward, payments of goods and services will only be paid for once the supplier delivers the goods and the goods received note is issued. Management of Local Government Equalization Fund. Failure to recover funds, construction of a fire station. Management acknowledges the findings of the auditor and wishes to state that this query was caused by the contractor's failure to refund the Council a total of 46,000 for works not executed after the Council terminated the contract for construction of a fire station, citing abandonment of the site by the contractor. Management wishes to state that the Council issued a demand notice to the contractor, who has since paid a total sum of 46,000, being refund of money for works not executed after the contract was terminated by the Council. Management wishes to state that going forward, the Council will ensure that due diligence to assess would-be contractors is conducted before awarding contracts in order to engage credible contractors. Delayed completion of paving of the Civic Center. Management has acknowledged the findings of the auditor and wishes to state that this query is as a result of the contractor's delay in the completion of paving of the Civic Center due to abandonment of site. Management wishes to state that the Council engaged a new contractor who has since completed the paving of the Civic Center. Management wishes to state that going forward, the Council will ensure that due diligence to assess would-be contractors is conducted before awarding contracts in order to engage credible contractors. Budget, funding, and expenditure. Management acknowledges the findings of the auditor and wishes to state that the cause of the query is failure to fully utilize the 2023 funding, resulting in an adverse variance of 8.2 million. These funds are attributed to 2023 projects which were still work in progress as at 21st December 2023. Management wishes to state that it has since utilized the balance in completion of the 2023 projects. Management wishes to state that Council will ensure that funds are utilized within the financial period. Failure to secure properties with title deeds. Management acknowledges the findings of the auditor and wishes to state that this query is as a result of the Council's failure to secure 13 properties valued at 6.6 million with title deeds. Management wishes to state that the Council has since submitted a list of properties not on title to the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development for onward submission to Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources. Management wishes to state that going forward, Council will ensure that it secures title deeds for all properties of the Council. Poor management of waste. Management has acknowledged the findings of the auditor and wishes to state that this query is as a result of failure by the Council to fence the dump site. Management wishes to state that the Council has since budgeted for the fencing of the dump site in 2025 budget, and construction will commence in the second quarter of 2025. Failure to settle statutory and other obligations. Management acknowledges the findings of the auditor and wishes to state that this query is as a result of the failure to settle outstanding statutory obligations amounting to 14.7 million. Management wishes to state that Council has secured a waiver on penalties from NAPSA amounting to 7.5 million, leaving a balance of 2.5. The Council has further signed an agreement with NAPSA where the Council is making monthly installments of 100,000 towards liquidation of the historical debt as the current obligations are being paid. Management further wishes to state that it has written to ZRA for a payment plan and is awaiting response. Management is committed to liquidate this debt by ensuring that as the current obligations are being paid, part payment are made to arrears also. Failure to insure fire officers. Management has acknowledged the findings of the auditor and wishes to state that this query is caused by the Council's failure to insure fire officers. Management wishes to state that all fire officers have since been insured. Management will ensure that firefighters are insured by signing an agreement with an insurance company such that renewals are annually. Lack of a rescue ambulance and marine rescue equipment. Management has acknowledged the findings of the auditor and wishes to state that this query is as a result of the Council lacking a rescue ambulance and marine rescue equipment. Management wishes to state that the Council is not yet fully fledged fire authority, although it has 8 firefighters. It should be noted that the Council is currently constructing a fire station that is scheduled to be complete in the 4th quarter of the year. Upon completion, the Council will procure necessary firefighting equipment to enable firefighters work effectively. Management wishes to state that it will ensure that all the necessary firefighting equipment are procured once the fire station is complete. I wish to assure the committee that the remedial measures that have been submitted to the committee will be implemented and reviewed for further improvement. I submit, Chair.
Thank you very much, CS, for your submission. Honorable members, time for points of clarifications and the questions. Honorable Kamondo.
I take you to I take you to page 8 on procurement of goods and services and delivered building materials. We've been told that Marina Investment Limited was engaged to supply goods worth 382,125, and this supplier was paid in full on 11th May 2023. However, this supplier, by the time actually the audits were being conducted, 14 months after engaging the supplier, the materials were not delivered. The building materials were not delivered according to this table. And as I said earlier on, the amounts that were involved were 252,125. From the council secretary, she has told actually this committee that actually it was not 382, 235. I don't know, I cannot reconcile the figures because here we have these different numbers, these different amounts. And in their response, they are now talking about 188, 110 kwacha. So first of all, before maybe I proceed, I want to know how much was queried of the undelivered building materials, maybe before I go any further.
You may respond.
Chair, it's 188, but there was also a component of transportation.
So in other words, you are saying that together with the materials and transport, that's the amount which was involved, which was paid. Is that correct? The materials were 188, or maybe could you just take us through how much, how was the breakdown?
The DF can take us through.
Thank you, Chair. The total amount was 382. Yes. Then 57,600 was for transport. So the balance that remained is the 188. So the 188 was arrived at after reconciliation with the contractor on the materials that were delivered.
At the same time, did you bring this to the attention of the auditors that initially it's not this amount which is queried, but it was 188? Did you reconcile?
Yes, the reconciliation was done. So when you look at the breakdown there is a component of transport in the 235 that is being queried.
All right. If that is the case, what motivated you to pay this supplier when he had not delivered the materials? What motivated you?
Chair, you know, issues of construction sometimes which involve cement, we were first and foremost wanted to secure the price, so that you pay everything, but collecting everything, we thought we better to collect bit by bit to avoid, like, for the cement to cake. So that was why we thought to let us pay and then we'll collect bit by bit, but along the way the contractor defaulted.
That's another one from there. Yes, let me just ask you. Now you are saying that you feared that the cement was going to cake if it was. I don't get actually the gist there. The caking of the cement and the payment. Which one should have come first? Was it the delivery of the cement? Then you start taking care of the caking and whatever you're talking about, which should have come first? And also, the last one, why did you have to wait for the auditors to come in order to start thinking of taking this supplier to court? Why didn't you immediately, when you saw that 14 months had lapsed and then this supplier was not, why didn't you take him to court? Or which measures did you take so that we availed those measures and see the progression of actually the remedial measures?
Thank you, Chair. The Kitwe City Council legal department was actually engaged before even the auditors came. So as the auditors came, we already engaged the legal department at Kitwe City Council to help us with recovery of these funds. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Just in addition to what the Honorable Kamondo has spoken, Chair, this contract was given on 3rd May 2023. Just 7 days after engaging the supplier Mulima, after 7 days, 100% payment was given. 100% payment in the amount of 382,125. Then 14 months down the line, 1.5 years, materials not delivered until the auditors found this issue. Well, I can go on and on. Wow. The first question, do you have the contract of engagement so that we see if you followed the procedures? You discussed today, 5 days later, you pay 100%. So, let us, can you avail the engagement, the contract, so that we see the lapses in this contract management? Do you have the contract? One. Second one is the 188,110 that you're claiming the contractor is owing you. This contractor has even been saved with a summon. The supplier has been saved with a summon, but he hasn't responded. And the legal team is just saying even the courts, the case has been allocated to a court, but there is no fixed date that. So we are wondering this type of way of handling this supplier. What is the connection, and why are you not even getting interested to go to the matter direct?
Honorable Member, the contract was done. We'll avail it before we leave. Ask someone to scan it. I think we just forgot to come with it. Thank you.
Okay, since you have a contract, I know you avail the contract later. Many supply contracts, they will state that you pay some advance payment, maybe 25% or 30%. And I know this is not a construction contract which ended up in a, but it was a material supply. What was the condition for paying advance payment? I mean, what was the condition in the payment condition in the contract?
Thank you, Honorable Member. I think you may be aware that there are these companies. I think this issue has also been raised with the ZPPA. If you go to MICMA or these big wholesale, that are providing these building materials, they'll ask you to pay the whole amount. They will not allow you to get these products on credit, and this was the issue that we had with this contractor, and that is how we arrived at this issue that we have today. Thank you.
So see that commitment in the contract that you are sending after this meeting.
Yes, Honorable.
But mind you, you abrogate the laws of the government. Me as an individual, when I want to buy building materials for my house, I would adhere to the conditions that these material suppliers give, because they will give several reasons. I have to buy from another place and supply you. But the government, for materials for any government project, it must follow the standard contract. So why did you not follow government standard contract procedures?
Chair, as CS had mentioned on that one, I think maybe we erred in that one, but we're looking at those terms that the CS had mentioned in terms of price fluctuation, and also going to a reliable supply in terms of getting those materials who had them in stock by then.
A reliable supplier. Mulima is now a reliable supplier. Did you do a due diligence to qualify your statement as a reliable supplier?
Honorable, the time we were doing the contract, he had these things in stock, and we checked everything, and that's why, like you have seen, he was bringing, when the contract started, he was bringing, and then later on the way, that's when he stopped bringing this. It's not that when we awarded him, he didn't. Actually, the project was ongoing, and part of the works were done. So it was along the way that he defaulted. Thank you, Honorable.
Is Honorable Singombe there? Okay, Honorable Kamundo, do you have a follow-up question? Honorable Mulunda? Not now. Which time? You have? Okay.
What is the status of our project currently? You are saying that the supplier showed a bit of some commitment and the project was ongoing. How can a project be ongoing when on page 8, table 4, the contractor never supplied the necessary cement? I mean, I take it at table 4. These are the undelivered cement, the undelivered materials. So the contractor never delivered the 425 bags of cement. How did you construct your wall fence without cement when you're saying the project was ongoing?
Honorable Chair, as you can see, those were just part of the materials. There are some materials that come, including the cement, the blocks, and all these other things. Actually, it's at how many percent the wall fence? Maybe the director can.
Thank you, Chair. The project at the moment is at 30% done. 30% done.
Honorable Kamundo.
It's surprising that okay, the honorable member is also wants the evidence. I'm wondering through you, Chair, whether this supplier has got even a fixed board, and if he has a fixed board, is he a resident of Lufwanyama? And why did this supplier receive these favors which many people do not receive? Where is this contractor? I mean the supplier. And is he a local supplier?
You may respond.
Chair, the supplier was from Kitwe. That's why we contracted him. He was from Kitwe.
Do we have evidence to show the status of the project?
you, Chair. We can avail that information after the meeting. I can ask for the photos.
Why did you leave evidence? When you knew that this is part of the query?
I would just say, Chair, I'm not carrying the progress of that.
Business as usual. Honorable Murunda.
Thank you, Chair. So, this contractor is a local contractor. He's from Gitu, is not a local contractor. It's not from Lufanyama, so to say. Isn't it? That's the first thing. He's not from Lufanyama. Then this contractor, something is done, something unusual is done. The contract is signed. Instead of the advance 25%, is it after how many days is given all the monies? At the end of the day, it doesn't deliver the materials, and you start reminding him. At the end of the day, you have the building at 30%. Is that your explanation? Is what I'm giving correct? That's your submission, isn't it?
In the part of the physical progress, yes, it's at 30%, Chair. But in terms of the contracts, it's not engineer that does the contract sign, so I can't verify if it's 25%.
I'm not actually asking you as an engineer. I'm saying what I've explained is what Lufanyama has submitted, isn't it? That's what Lufanyama has submitted. So 2 questions. The first one is, you said you engaged a legal or a lawyer from Kitwe City Council. When was that? And what's the feedback so far? Because we knew you were coming here, so we would ask you this question. So what is the latest on the same? The second one is, on 30% progress, do you have all the materials to continue or you don't? Thank you, Chair.
You may respond.
Chair, on Appendix 5, there's correspondence from Kitwe City Council. So the defendant company was served with the said default writ of summons and affidavit verifying date on 28th October 2024. It's supposed to be 2024. They made a mistake. However, we have not received any response from the defendant. Further, it is noteworthy that even though the matter was allocated to a magistrate, the hearing date has not yet been set. We shall endeavor to continue to keep you informed on the status of this matter.
Honorable member from Karubushi.
Thank you, Chair. And just from this response from Kitwe City Council, for me, Chair, it brings a lot of shivers. It means this money should not be asked because we cannot find the whereabouts of this contractor, because from the response of Kitwe City Council, it's the defendant company was served with the said default writ of summons and affidavit verifying date on the 28th of October 2014. However, we have not received any response from the defendant, meaning this person is nowhere. It's either, it's what we call in the mining sector, by supplier ba mwila. Meaning there was really no supplier. They supplied air. Because I don't think that a council who knows the regulations and the rules of engagement when it comes to contracts could actually just willingly let money off like that to somebody who, for me, from here, I think he has no fixed abode. You don't know him. He's just somebody who came in Because no one, if Kitui City Council cannot allocate him, it means the due diligence in terms of trying to find out more the contractor, who is he, where does he come from. For me, I believe it was not done. So, Chair, for me, this is what I think is what they term in the mines, supplying umwela. It must have been one of the council workers who supplied himself and he's probably left the council, or it could have been money exchanged hands. And because Lufanyama is a rural constituency, by the time it gets to wherever it should get, people would have forgotten about it. This is just what it's telling me. And Chair and the auditor, I think for me these are the issues that keep coming all the time. I think sanctions should be done. If we keep on talking about this year in, year out, these are reports even from the many years or the yesteryears we'll keep on receiving. This is taxpayers' money. I'm taxed. Even in 2014 I was taxed. So part of this money is my money, which I could have gone into ShopRite. So somebody must pay for this money. 2014 and 2024, 2025, this is 11 years. It's a typo error. That's what is even shocking. It's 20 what?
24.
2024. Gosh, you are, it's within your charge, TC. So again, so maybe dates could change, but the truth of the matter is that there is no way a contract could have been awarded to somebody who has no fixed abode. I think when you look at the Procurement Act, you must do verification with these contractors, or otherwise will come in. And also government has been supporting that you put up local contractors. If it was a local contractor, you would not be having problems like this. So for me, Chair, I'm thinking money exchanged hands, or it's within one of your council officers who just said bring a document, will do. And this is how theft has been taking place in public institutions. So Town Clerk, for me, I have a question. And my question is, how did you even allow a contract to be signed by someone or a company that has no fixed abode? Because for them to not respond and Kitui City Council not to know them,
yes,
brings much.
In addition, it is now 3 months from the time this individual was served with a writ of summon. Have you tried to inquire why the courts are not allocating it a day so that you could hear this matter? And apart from that, what other advances have you made, you as a local authority, to reach out to this individual? Since you submitted that due diligence was done, even you had an opportunity to visit the premises where you found him on a proper trading place. What advances have you made? Honorable Murunda.
Thank you very much, Chair. Chair, I'm looking at the dates that this contract actually was contracted on 3rd May 2023, paid on 11th May 2023. The council, when did the council engage the legal officer or the lawyer? Because from the records here, the lawyer only wrote to this contractor in 2024, from May 2023, 2024 October. So was it the council that was not moving in, or it was the lawyer? Because at the end of the day, maybe you are not there, all of you, but look at the period from the time the person was paid and then the time we were supposed to start construction. From there it went up to 2024 to start pushing for the same or engaging him through the courts.
Chair, on the period, like we said, Lufanyama, we do not have storage, so the contractor was delivering bits by bits, working hand in hand with the director engineering, and maybe that's where the period came in, because there was some construction taking place for the wall fence, which were being done by our casual workers.
Sorry, Chair. So at which point, from the time he started delivering, at which point did he stop?
Last question from Honorable Kampamba.
And Chair, I'm looking at the documents, MP3. When I look at the address for Mulina Investments and General Suppliers Limited, Sub A, number 594 Ndeke Kitwe. Is this a home or is it a company? Because for me, just looking at this address would bring a lot of question mark to even do business with them. And maybe that's why it's very difficult to get hold of them. 594 Ndeke, is it new Ndeke? Old Ndeke? They just said Ndeke. And these are just things that we just live like that. Which Ndeke are you talking about?
The one in which part?
You see? There is old Ndeke, new Ndeke, Ndeke village. So you as an institution, these are red flags. You should have looked at this contractor and noticed that there were issues. Because it's that's why even Kitwe City Council is failing to get a response, because somebody would have just put an address like this. And really, this is negligence on the council.
And since they are confirming that this person at that trading place, materials are there, they know the place. And 3 months court process is not taking place. Why don't you bring the bailiffs so that you go and get materials from that shop?
Chair, there is no response, and I don't think the materials are there. Kitwe, let's be serious, Kitwe City Council is there. If this address really is traceable and the materials are there, I don't think the whole of Lufanyama Council would want to come and have their heads bent for a place that is located and the materials are there. The bailiffs are part of government institutions. We have government bailiffs. These materials would have been taken there. So for me, I think it's a joke. There is no place like this in Ndeke that has
coming from Kitwe, Honorable, and being privy to how addresses are done and knowing the place in Ndeke, I agree with you. There was connivance there. There is no doubt. CSC, look through your team. This is showing clearly that there was connivance. Your officers and this person. Honorable Dr. Monza.
Thank you, Chair, for the opportunity. It's a general comment which will actually
it's the last one.
Lead to, yes, it's the last one, yeah. Page 9. What is surprising with this council is that execution of projects, contract management, is really a very, very, very big problem. We were just talking about the supply of materials, which in their evidence they never provided all the pertinent questions, all the pertinent answers that should answer to the query. They hide the information. Now, on page 9 is another project, the construction of a fire station. This is a fire station that was supposed to be constructed for Lufanyama Council, and the contractor is Jusitech. This Jusitech contractor He got paid 67% of the contract sum and abandoned the project. 7-8 months later, the council terminates the contract and just issues a demand notice to recover 46,000 kwacha 46,075 kwacha from the contract. And the explanation why they are recovering 46,000 kwacha is they are saying they overpaid the contractor in his IPC for the works that he executed and the abandoned site. Now, when settling the accounts, they looked through the IPCs for the works that he already executed and found that they overpaid the contractor by 46,000 kwacha. And now they just put a demand notice to say, can you give us back 46,000 kwacha because we overpaid you here. We thought you were supposed to put a window, but we have discovered that you didn't put a window, but we paid you for what you didn't put. So this type of contract management, first of all, you're supposed to give us all the evidence relating to this project of a fire station. You just put in appendix 6 just 46,000 kwacha. What information can we get from this? Because this is even queried. Well, I'm querying to say, why did you overpay 46,000 by 46,000 kwacha to a contractor for works which he didn't do? Then second, why didn't you provide the evidence to comprehensively answer this question? We need to understand what was the termination. Did you invoke the termination clauses? Did you invoke them correctly? No liquidated damages are mentioned. No, so the government just spent 400,000 kwacha on a project that is not then it's just another question, another project which is even in their own yard at a civic center. All these projects, I think the fire station is actually maybe within the council buildings, and they have another civil project on page 10 to put paving blocks at a civic center in their own yard. Here is a contractor who is given this contract, and he promised to complete it in 6 weeks, and he abandoned the site. 28 days later, 28 weeks, more than 28 weeks above the completion date, leaving a lot of outstanding works. That contract was terminated after government paid the contractor 33% of the contract price. Then they engaged another contractor who we are promised now that he has then completed the project. But they are just showing pictures of pavers that have been instituted there. We want nitty-gritties of the financials per project. What was the termination final settlement? And what I see, the new contractor for the pavers, his contract sum is twice as much as the first contract. His contract price is 563,000 kwacha, but the initial contractor who abandoned the site, his contract for the same scope of work was 242. So,
yes,
what is this attitude?
Thank you, Chair. The Director Engineering Services will shed more light on the fire station project.
Thank you, Chair. Actually, Chair, I think there's a typo error. When you say for 6,075 kwacha, basically when you're doing the final account, when you're terminating the contract, sometimes when doing the execution of the contract, we usually give advance payment to a contractor, which is 25%. Maximum advance payment that you pay a contractor is 25%. Then as the project starts going, every time when the contractor requests for some funds, like for state payments, we do what? When we're paying there, we recover our advance what? Our advance recovery, the advance recovery that we give the contractor in parts. So when we're making the final account, what was left on the advance recovery was a 46,775 kwacha.
A reaction to his Director Engineering, are you seeing this query for the first time here, or you saw it in Fanyam?
No, Chair, I saw it my first time seeing it.
This is your first time?
It's not my first time seeing it, Chair.
Oh, it's not your first time. Sir, you are reading here. What we are reading is what you have submitted, unfortunately. We are just reading what you have submitted, sir. What you have submitted, you say, the demand notice of 46,075 kwacha was issued by the council at the closure of the accounts for the works not executed. You are the one that have submitted. That's what you have submitted, sir. That's what I'm saying. Are you seeing this sentence for the first time? Because if you did during the audit, why didn't you correct it with them? That actually is not like that, like we are attempting now to explain. Why didn't you explain to them that actually this query should be dropped, or this sentence should not be put like this, because these are the payments, this is the way I've been paying. Why didn't you explain what you're explaining to the committee, to the auditors then? Thank you, Chair.
Or maybe when did the director discover that there was this typo error? When did you discover?
Thank you, Chair. What happened here is that when the auditors came, they had audited the construction of the fire station. So after audit of the fire station, they discovered that the contract was terminated. And after termination of the contract, we had issued a demand notice on the 46,000 kwacha, which arose after the final account with the contractor, arising from the advance payment that was made. What the director...
you are the director finance?
Yes, sir.
What you are submitting just now, is it the same with what is in the document?
Yes, it's the same.
Is the same statement here?
Yes,
written
sir.
here?
The query was failure to collect the 46,000 from the contractor at the time of the audit for the advance payment that was made for the which was the final, arising from the final account.
Yeah. The director finance is saying correction for the advance payment. On the document it says for the works not executed. So which one
that's what I'm asking.
Which one are we following here?
Is what you are submitting is what is written here. That's why I'm asking, because it's different. Why are you misleading the committee? Because you are seated with a document there. Why are you misleading the committee? And you are part of the team that came up with that document.
I apologize, Chair. What I'm trying to say is that...
If you apologize, are you withdrawing what you have just said?
Yes, Chair, I'm withdrawing.
Chair, just for
yes, Honorable.
The explanation of recovering only advance payment does not hold any water, because for the contractor, when he was given this contract, for him to be entitled to advance payment, he gave an advance guarantee bond, tying his monies through the guarantee bond. So when you are terminating the contract, you go and cash
the bond.
that bond for any unrecovered advance through the IPCs. So why did the contractor give an advance payment bond or not?
Thank you, Chair. The contractor did give an advance payment bond.
if he gave an advance payment bond, why did you write a demand notice to him to give you 46,000 kwacha? Why not direct writing to the issuers of the bond to
Cashing the bond.
Yes, to cash the bond.
Thank you, Chair. I think we erred there because usually if a contract is stated it's 3 months, you have to cash in the bonds before the expiry date. So what happened, Chair, was that the advance payment bond expired, Chair.
Yes.
Well, I think we need comprehensive evidence of these projects, the fire station, the civic center, paving of civic center, and the procurement of building materials. What is needed is the contracts, then the BOQs, also letters of correspondence to show that there was proper contract management, where you write to the contractor, you're delaying the works, because you don't just get surprised that the contractor is not on site. So you should have been observing that the contractor is not on site and send him warning letters and so on. So all this correspondence pertaining to these projects and the financials, and to show also that the payments were made, because we are interested. Are these 3 contractors? Molina is from Kitwe. Just take where? And Yumis and Just are they local contractors from Lufanyama? We can search on. So just tell the truth. Where are they from?
These are also from Kitwe, Chair.
So CS and your team, all these documents mentioned by Dr. Mwanza, they are needed for the purpose of this report that we will do after all the interactions, and inefficiencies has been proved. The weakness says a lot of them has been highlighted: financial management and budget performance, procurement and contract management, governance and compliance, service delivery. So you are expected to implement proactive measures to help correct your revenue, also enhance financial oversight, make sure you enforce contract management. All these outlined issues, you are expected to take immediate measures. If you are to do that, then you will be in a better position to attain financial stability, and you discover that all these projects that you are failing to implement, service delivery will improve, and Rufanyama will be a better district. This is your Zambia. Please, some seriousness is expected from yourself and your officers. Even as you appear before this committee, you make sure, don't bring piecemeal evidence. Bring all the evidence to show that, like the way it has happened on those 3 contracts, if we accuse you that you connived, what are you going to do? Because you have failed to provide evidence. Your immunity is lifted. You are expected to bring evidence within, I think, before 14 March. All this evidence is expected, proper evidence. Don't go and write letters yourselves, then you bring them here. We need proper correspondence regarding these contracts and others that are not here that have been mentioned. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
take
Chair.
leave.
Good afternoon, thank you so much. This is Parliament Television, the station that brings Parliament closer to you. That was Onyama Town Council making its submission before the Committee on Local Government Accounts. Remember, we also had Chilila Municipal Council, which also did submit before the Committee on Local Government Accounts. The committee is considering the report of the Auditor General on the audit of the accounts of our local authorities for the financial year ended at 31st December 2023. This afternoon, we expect the committee to receive submissions from the Luansha Municipal Council and, of course, also Kalulushi Municipal Council. So do join my colleague who will be right here to give you those live updates regarding the Committee on Local Government Accounts, which is receiving submissions from different councils across the country. I am Joe Akatama on behalf of my sign language interpreter Jason Manda and the entire crew right here at Parliament. Good afternoon.